Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to you all. Welcome back to Amazing Reading. If you are new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and to share. Drop an emoji in the comment section or an idea that you have for an upcoming reading that I could potentially do. All of those are welcome just to help out with the algorithm. I'm trying something different with saying it at the top instead of at the end. I usually wait to the end. But I want to get it off right at the rip before we get started. Now, as you can see in the thumbnail and you see in the title, today I am interested in doing a reading on Katseye and BlackPink. I am a little behind on this, I'm going to be honest, but I think it's also probably coming at a good time as well because from what I understand, Katseye is wrapping up their last era and BlackPink is getting ready to launch their new one. And this reading came to me was inspired because during Katseye's rollout for their latest album, there was a lot of comparisons between Katseye and BlackPink. Primarily what I heard was that, there is a level of consistency and grand performance that comes from Katseye when it comes to like their vocals, their costumes, their imagery, their performance level versus BlackPink. And with BlackPink, they've been saying it's been inconsistencies with their vocals, their performances, their dancing even. And a lot of people say this is not the BlackPink that we remember who came out. And so I wonder if there's something more to this, if there is some underlying or maybe behind the scenes kind of sabotaging going on. How does Katseye feel about this? Because as far as I understand, this is kind of like on comparison of like maybe BTS to what's that group? Stray Kids or BTS to like ATs or something like that. Like you're comparing oranges and apples here, but I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comment section. As you can see, I got my deck ready. I am not going to be getting all into this with each individual people because as you can see in this picture over here in the corner, oh my god, this picture over here in the corner, there's like 10 people. And I ain't got time for that. I'm not reading 10 people. This will be here forever and a day. I mainly want to read the one group or team's energy compared to the other and what's going to be the outcome. I don't want this to be super long. I'm not trying to get super in depth, but I do want to see if there's anything that will come out of this. If I have to follow up with a part 2, let me know. With all of that being said, please keep in mind, I want you to use your power of discernment, that all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. And I want you to keep in mind that I am a spiritual translator of sorts. That means there are certain things that I will not be able to translate word for word, but I do try my best to deliver the message or get the point across as best as I can. And if I mix that up, I'm sorry, not sorry, but I'm human. So if you are okay with all of those things, let's get started. Okay. We're already off to a funny shuffle here. We wanted to stick Son of Staffs, okay. I have 2 cards here for, oh, actually it's 3. So I'm going to note these because I was thinking about BlackPink's attitude or energy towards Katseye. So we do have the Judgment card coming up in reverse. To me, that automatically makes me feel of comparison, the judgment, the negative judgment or feedback they've kind of been getting compared to Katseye. We do have the Two of Swords. So I wonder if it's making them kind of address or recalibrate what they've been putting forward, because maybe they got a point here where they feel like, oh, well, we can just give anything. And not saying that they got lazy. It kind of just makes me feel like maybe they got I want to say disconcerted, but this may be the wrong word, but I kind of felt like they maybe got out of tandem with one another, out of touch with one another, and they were trying to like throw something together, and you could tell it kind of like didn't deliver the way that it needed to. We also have the Shot of Cups coming up here as well. So there is some emotion tied to this as well. And I think mainly it's because of the negative feedback that they've been getting, and then coming on to the Two of Swords here, this making me feel like there was a tough decision, or like some kind of forcing being here. Kind of makes me feel, to me, what I'm getting with the Two of Swords for them, it kind of makes me feel like, again, like they weren't in one accord with one another as they used to be. Like the synergy has changed with BlackPink, or it did change at least with that last album or whatever that they did that got them kind of like all the negative attention. Okay. So I had one too many cards kind of flip over here. We do have the world card here. So this makes me feel like this is us. We are in the group chat, folks. Us as in the general public. I also did see the Six of Coins flip over as well. So I don't know, again, if this is something here where maybe do they like look up to them, or did they get a handout from them, or did they work with them in some kind of way or some kind of collaboration? Because the Six of Coins to me is a reciprocity card. It's the give and take card that's coming up here. But let's see what else is supposed to come out for Cat's Eye. We have the Seven of Coins here. Hold on, I want to see what this last card is going to be for them. Yeah, to me, it feels like cats. I know this is going to sound weird, and I'm surprised by this too, because I would think the bigger group would have this energy. But to me, it kind of feels like Katseye is in a world of their own. They are focusing on putting in the work, on being in line and in harmony and in one accord with one another. They are focused on the future. They are focused on making money, or I shouldn't say making money, but making product, and putting their best foot forward. They are very focused ahead, and I think they are not really trying to pay attention, or is just kind of really brushing off the comparisons and things here. And that's probably one reason why they probably haven't addressed it or said anything. If somebody was hoping they were going to speak up, like, no, we look up to Blackpink, we've met them, they're wonderful. I don't know if they have. I'm not all in that sphere like that, but to me it just kind of seems like they are in a world of their own, and they are focusing forward, and they are just trying to put in the work and finish up what they have here. Versus with Blackpink, it does seem like some of the comparisons, some of the negative feedback has gotten to them, and it has gotten back to them, and it has gotten to them, in a sense here. And I think they are working on getting some things in order. Something about this makes me feel like there is also a lot of disharmony within the group. I know at least 3 out of the 4 members are doing their own solo career, right? Because it's Lisa. What is it? It's Lisa. Oh my God, I forget the other two. Jenny, Lisa, Jenny, and I forget the other girl's name. And I know the leader. I want to say her name is Jisoo. I don't. I'm probably butchering some of these names, but I'm pretty sure Jisoo. I think she's running her own talent agency, or she's like getting into directing or something, filming. I believe I could have that wrong. But also look what we have for the underlying here. The Four of Staffs. The Two of Staffs. Look at all this little creative energy here. But we do have the Temperance card coming up here in reverse. Let's see. What's... Yeah, this is BlackPink again. This is BlackPink again. Ace of Cups coming up in reverse. The Six of Cups coming up in reverse. My golly. What is going on with y'all? The Nine of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think maybe all of this is on Katseye either, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I don't think all of this is from Katseye. I think there is some things within their company or group, or maybe their individual family dynamics that they have going on, that is being worrisome to them right now, that's kind of like having their attention and their focus. Maybe all of this judgmental energy or this this negativity that they've been feeling, I don't think it's all coming from the cat's eye comparisons. But then, okay, why would the Justice, the Six of Swords, and the Daughter of Staffs come up here? Is Katseye getting into some kind of new agreement? That's what I think of with this Judgment card, but the Six of Swords made me feel like they're walking away from it. Or they did walk away from it. Was it an opportunity on the table for... Was it an opportunity on the table for BlackPink and Katseye took it? Is that what this is? Okay. Let's see. Let's reshuffle this here. What's going on with BlackPink here? What's going on with BlackPink? Let's see. Okay, this wants to stick out so bad. Okay. First thing that's jumping to mind for me is rushing a contractual obligation. To me, this kind of seems, it feels like, and I don't know if this is the situation, all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. All statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Jesus Christ, girl. So you know how some celebrities sign with a company, an agency, whatever the case may be, and it's like, okay, we're gonna sign up with you where we have to deliver 6 albums. To me, it kind of feels like, oh, we supposed to deliver 6 or 3, 3 or 4 albums with this one company. Here we are on our third. We're trying to hurry up and get through this fourth project, so we are no longer contractually obligated to do anything else. And it kind of feels to me like they're rushing it or trying to quickly get through it because there are other things that they want to do or other focuses that they have. And I think there's also some stuff here with their agency where it's kind of like, you guys are setting us up to fail anyway. So I don't know if that's true, but this is just the energy I feel like that's intuitively coming through for me when it comes to BlackPink. I hope they do not do a rush job on this album for their sake, because you don't want your, if this is like their finale or the next thing to prove like, hey, well, we still got it, you don't want that to be the rubber stamp on your legacy, your lineup for the rest of your life. Go out with a bang. choreography. Yeah, this makes me feel like it's something with their management, their team, their company with the Shah of Swords here. I've said it before. I've said it 3 times before. I'll say it again. The Shah of Swords, anytime I get a swords or coins, to me, I'm not surprised. That is typically industry energy all day for me. That usually comes up for me 9 times out of 10. That's the industry. Now, this could be speaking to management or the group as a whole, like the energy with the group as a whole. Maybe there is something here where they're trying to analytically, cunningly negotiate some things here on the table, get things through. Because notice we do have a lot of swords. There's a lot of mental gymnastics and things going on here. A lot of analytical, a lot of thinking, processing, things like that that's going on here. But this makes me feel like this is their management, this is their team, their company in some sense, with Shah of Swords coming up here. Again, notice how the Son of Swords is rushing with the Shah of Swords. Like, they're rushing into it. But the Two of Staffs also come up here. So that makes me feel like they're going to have some kind of misstep because of the rushing. Because the Two of Staffs is planning your next move, basically. It's kind of like, think about when you're going on a vacation. You're like, okay, so what's the places I want to visit? Do I want to see the museums? Where do I want to stay at? What Airbnb do I want to check in? Or should I do a hotel? Should I buy a car, or should I take the local transportation? Is local transportation the best way around here? It's figuring out those travel logistics and things like that before you actually go on vacation. To me, this Two of Swords feels like, oh, okay, you plotted where you want to go. You didn't bought your Airbnb, but maybe you didn't get your plane ticket. Now you about to be messed up because you think you about to go to the airport and get that plane ticket for like $500, $800, and you about to come out more than you needed to because you didn't take your time and plan. We do also have, for the underlying energy, we have the Hermit card, the Son of LC. Yeah. What are y'all rushing? What is this hesitancy? What is this headache that's coming up here? That makes me feel like they're rushing the project. Do they not like being around each other anymore? This is for BlackPink. Allegedly, I'm asking questions. Yeah, what? Y'all have the Hierophant and the Emperor coming up here with the Ten of Cups in reverse. What I'm getting from this, it makes me feel like we love what we do individually when it comes to the public because we see the reception is much different. But when we get into that echo chamber, best known as the BlackPink group, things are different. It's like somebody is overstepping a hand. Is it somebody who's being a little too controlling? Is it one of the girls in the group maybe is outshining some of the other girls in the group, or getting big-headed and making it hard to work with them? Or again, it's something with the team behind them or something like that. But it makes it like a disharmonious relationship. Is it something with the members within the group? Yeah, I think it's something within the members in the group. We do have the Daughter of Staffs here coming up in reverse, and again we have that Temperance there. This, I don't know why the Temperance card made me think of like you being you taking a little too much on, you being a little too big for your britches. I don't know who this could be alluding to because I don't know the girls like that, but it kind of makes me feel like somebody is being maybe they found a new lane to their fame and they're using it and leaning into it. And look, the Four of Swords here makes me feel like you're being a bit of a nightmare for everybody else and we could take a break. I don't know whose energy this is. It's one of them a fire sign because we do have the Daughter of Staffs coming up here in reverse. Is it one of the girls maybe, or maybe they're not being a biatch to everybody, but maybe they just no longer feel welcomed into this space. There's something else that seems to be coming up. But we do have the Daughter of Staffs coming up here in reverse. That's dealing with your fire signs. I don't know their signs, but maybe somebody wants to take a break and they haven't been able to take a break. Maybe they're a bit burnt out. Look, 6 of Coins. That 2 of Swords coming up again. And the Hanged Man. I'm not sure what this is alluding to. You have the 6 of Coins here, which is like my reciprocity card. The 2 of Swords, which is like stuck between a rock and a hard place. And then, does somebody owe somebody a favor maybe? With the 6 of Coins, you have to make a hard choice. Is it hard to make the choice now? Like, kind of feels like, okay, this is a good analogy that I can kind of come up with. Situation. Say you go to somebody and you need help, and they say, I'll help you, but at a later date and time of my making, of my choosing, no matter what I ask you to do, you have to do it, no questions asked. And you're like, okay, because you're in a moment of desperation. They help you, but then they turn around and come back to you and ask you for the favor, and it's a bit darker, a bit more than you're willing to give. It's a bit more than you want to give, but you owe it. You owe them this favor. That's what this makes me feel like here. The 6 of Coins, 2 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. It makes me feel like a favor is owed. A debt needs to be paid. Don't know what that was referring to, but that's the energy here. Let's see what's going on here with Katseye, BlackPink. What y'all got going on over there? Who y'all in connections with? Because it doesn't seem like the brightest thing. Now, I don't know if Katseye is coming up with another album, but I do wonder. I'm pretty much going to read on the synergy between the girls. I kind of want to see what's going on with with them energy wise within the group, because from what I understand, one of the members, I believe her name is Manan. I'm not sure. A lot of people feel like she has been pushed out from the group a little bit, but they've been kind of saying no, it's just because of this or injury or other little obligations or time conflicts. So I kind of want to read on that, and then we can dismiss ourselves. Okay, we don't need anything more. Okay, I did have one tumble across my. Oh, it was a couple of them. When I pull these cards up here on this table, do you see a couple cards that came back again? But this time they're a little flipped. We have the 6 of Cups coming up here. We have the World card in reverse. And then we have the Tower card. Hello? Why do I feel I nope, I don't want to say that. Let me pull some more cards. It don't look like everything all good. It don't feel like everything all sweet over there either. I think they about to get into a bit of a snaggy snag on the horizon for them. Or maybe it's just a hurdle, it's just a little bump. But no, I do want to know. We see this Tower card, and then all of the cards after that, because I'm pulling from the top of the deck. I promise you, I pull from the top of the deck. All the cards following that are coming up in reverse. Is the cards leading up to the Tower in reverse, and the cards after the Tower comes up in reverse. The Tower is the only card that's coming upright. So this makes me feel like there's no way around this, because it kind of feels like you already been on a. It's like watching a car crash. It's already the two cards are already on this trajectory towards one another. It's like watching a car crash because we have like all this empty energy here. I kind of want to say, I want to say animosity, but typically the Six of Cups coming up in reverse is kind of things from the past. So I don't know what it is with the things of the past, but then you also have the World card coming up in reverse. I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know where this is coming from. For them too, and maybe this is bleeding over. I will be honest about that. I'll be transparent about that. But why does this feel like somebody's contract is not together? Somebody's contract is not lining up with everybody else's. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is crying over spilt milk. But to me, this makes it seem, to me, this feels like something you should be crying over. And I typically don't lean into that, but this makes me feel like there is a pain point. There is a grief point. And I think maybe people have glossed over or moved on from it instead of addressing it when it should have been handled, and now is the wound. It's been festered and it has become a bigger problem. You do have the Star card coming up here as well. It's also coming up in reverse. This makes me feel like hopelessness. This makes me feel like this may be dealing with something with depression. It could also be actually dealing with their stardom, meaning that alluding to maybe after this tower moment that there is some pulling back that is going to happen or somebody is going to step away. That is what I did not want to say earlier. I said let me pull some more cards and see what's coming on. It does feel like somebody is stepping away or is going to step away from this group. Allegedly. Hopefully I'm wrong. I am okay with being wrong with that. But yes, and then we also have the Lovers here. This is coming up in reverse. That if they don't feel like a breakup or I'm off the beaten path, that Lovers card drives it home. This feels like a breakup. What is the underlying energies here? Ooh, Leak of Swords. The Three of Swords in reverse. Look at this. The Eight of Cups moving on. It feels like somebody is leaving. Who is leaving the group? I don't know which one of these ladies is an air sign. Maybe that's a clue. Maybe it's somebody who is an air sign, which is your Aquarius, your Geminis, or Libra here. But this could also be something with the industry. Because remember I was saying it feels like maybe somebody isn't getting paid as much as the other person. I could just be really pulling that out the bowels of the ninth level of hell. I don't know. It's okay. This is all alleged. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just giving you what I'm getting here. But this could also be dealing with the industry here, or this could be dealing with the situation at hand. So this makes me think of, if it's dealing with a situation, maybe it was a thing here of somebody not mincing their words, or some words were said that cannot be taken back, and once they was delivered, it's leading to a fallout. I think on this is kind of giving Fifth Harmony energy. I'm sorry. The girls who have Fifth Harmony trauma, I'm sorry, but you understand what I'm saying when I say that. This feels like Fifth Harmony trauma. It feels like we on the front, we make things, we laugh, we joke, we seem like we really get each other, we really meld well. But when we behind scenes, square up. Like what you say, girl, don't use my brush. You was off key. If I didn't step in front of you to do that little dance bit, we would have looked stupid on stage. Like you are the weak link. Like that could be what the situation is. And now it then snowballed into a whole nother thing and it's a problem. But that is what I'm getting for this reading. I'm going to wrap it up here because I don't want this to be any longer than what it is, because I was not trying to get that deep in this reading. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. If you don't have a thought you want to share, put down an emoji just to help me out with the algorithm here. So I have some of that engagement, and YouTube can recommend my videos to other people. If you don't want to do that, but you want to help recommend me instead of YouTube, share this video. Make sure to subscribe so you can see the next time I upload, and so you can get more interesting, juicy tidbit readings like this in the future. In the meantime, I thank you all for watching, for joining me in this reading. I am really looking forward to your comments down in the comment section, because again, I'm not in either one of these fandoms, so I don't know. So any and all juicy little tidbits that you have are much appreciated. I'll say that in advance. Until then, I wish you all a good day, night, or evening, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video.